As the popularity of weight loss and diabetes medication soars, so does the rise of their counterfeits. Mississippi Attorney General Fitch is working to combat it. Today, Fitch joined a bipartisan state coalition requesting the FDA take action against those companies who are marketing counterfeit forms of certain weight loss and diabetes drugs. The Attorney General says retailers claim that the active ingredients they sell are for research purposes only or not for human consumption. In a statement released today, Fitch said in part, it is critical that Mississippians remain vigilant and ensure they are purchasing safe, regulated products. I'm proud to stand with my colleagues as we fight against those who are taking advantage of consumers and endangering their health.